big news this weekend. Texas up to number 8 after landing not only Jonah Williams, the number 1 safety in America, but 6'7.5", 350-pound offensive tackle Nick Brooks. So they're not done yet. But let's pause on that. Let's talk about Jonah Williams, because heading into this thing, you were so confident. I mean, we went back and we watched the tape. After Khalil Lockett committed, I asked you to put in order of your confidence the 5 stars on Texas's board: Jonah Williams, Michael Terry, Michael Fasusi, and Jamie French. You had Jonah Williams number 1. I about fell out of this chair at the time because I thought you would be least confident in Jonah Williams heading to Texas after that Lockett commitment in early August. So take us behind the scenes if you can. Maybe what did you know, or when did you know that Jonah Williams in Texas were going to happen?
Well, talking to Jonah Williams and his dad following that visit to Texas at the end of July, I could really tell that the Longhorns moved the needle. Talking to some sources that spent time with Williams and his family on campus, all the returns were very high about Texas's position with Jonah Williams, but really the dialogue with his dad, Billy, talking to him in the weeks leading up to his decision, it really sounded like Texas was in fantastic shape, and everyone was trying to make up ground on the Longhorns. No one was able to do it down the stretch. They were having conversations with Texas A&M going into decision day, talking to a few of these programs, but it was a visit to Texas at the end of July where he got to watch them practice, spend time around the players, get an opportunity to hang out with Coach Sarkisian, see the vision for the program, see the NFL draft results, where Texas is at as a program, close to home. He's got family near Austin. It all lined up for Texas there, and they were able to get it home and get it done on Saturday night on the On3 YouTube channel.
Yeah, we had a great time here on the On3 YouTube channel hosting Jonah Williams' commitment. Earlier in the week, it was Michael Fasusi that picked Oklahoma over Texas on this channel. But let's stick with Jonah Williams. What are Horn fans getting in the electric 6'3.5", 205-pound safety, Jonah Williams?
Well, they just added the most versatile defensive player in the class, Josh. A rangy, instinctive, physical football player that can come down and fill an alley against the run. You can also use him as a pass rusher. He can cover just about anybody. He can erase those size mismatches that offenses will try and put you in. You can change your defense without changing your personnel because Jonah Williams is on the field. But he's just a fluid, natural athlete. He's got elite ball skills. He impacts the high school game in all 3 facets. 8 touchdowns receiving on 20 receptions, a couple rushing scores, 4 interceptions, 3 pick sixes, 2 fumble recoveries. One's a scoop and score, 2 punt returns for touchdowns, 2 kick returns for touchdowns. He's just electric in all 3 facets. And for Texas, as they try and maintain a championship caliber program year in and year out, they go out and land one of the arguably the best defensive player in the country in Jonah Williams.
I've been listening to some Texas podcasts. Let me just be honest. I've been listening to some Texas podcasts. It sounds like Jonah Williams is going to be an early enrollee, meaning he's going to forego his senior year of baseball. I thought baseball was a huge factor in this. Is he just willing to forego his senior year?
Well, he'll play baseball in college, but he was making a football decision all the way. That's his passion. That's where he sees himself playing professional sports. And so for him, he's going to get right in there and get to work on the football side of things and do some spring football. But I imagine he'll play a little spring baseball there in Austin as well. Coach Schloss was very impactful in this recruitment as well. It was a relationship that went back to Texas A&M. Now he's the Texas baseball coach. And I'm told that him and Sarkisian both were going 100 miles per hour over the last month in the recruitment of Jonah Williams. So he's going to play baseball in college, but he's a football player first.
All right. According to your early confidence back in August, or confidence back in early August about these Texas 5-star targets, you had Michael Terry. You had more confidence in Texas landing Michael Terry than Jamie French. Jamie French is going to decide on Friday morning, and it seems like at this point it's a slam dunk for Texas. Are you still more confident in Michael Terry than Jamie French, or have things kind of shifted since early August?
Yeah, similar confidence now. At the time we did that poll, Jamie French was, I believe, fresh off return visits to LSU and Miami. And those were programs that I was keeping an eye on in that recruitment as he kept those schools warm. But I certainly like where Texas stands for Jamie French. Jamie French had a really big opener, 4 catches for like 120 yards, 11-inch hands, just a superb route runner. Texas, if they compare Jamie French and Khalil Lockett together, that'll be one of the best receiver classes in America. I like the way that's trending. But I logged an on 3 RPM today in favor of Michael Terry to Texas as well. So I'm fully in on that one. Michael Terry, if you put on his scrimmage video from this past weekend, he's playing a lot of running back, 6'2", 215 pounds. Texas plans to use him in the backfield, in the slot, put him out wide. They're going to use him all over. And I think that's what attracts him most to Texas, the ability to play multiple positions on offense and be used as a Swiss Army knife. Look, Jonah Williams is a Swiss Army knife on defense. Michael Terry is that on offense with his skill set. And I think that Texas is the leader going into his visit to Nebraska in a couple weeks for the Colorado game.
What a run for Texas. Outside the top 15 heading into the month of August. Now they could be wrapping up the month of August inside the top 5, especially if they can add Jamie French on Friday. But they're not done there. I mean, there's still more on the board for Texas. Steve, take us out of this Texas segment with the other targets that the Longhorns are still pursuing.
Well, they'd like to add another defensive tackle. They lost the first round of the recruitment of Myron Charles on 300 defensive tackle to Florida State, but Texas is still going hard there. Wouldn't be surprised if he ultimately flipped to the burnt orange. They also lost the recruitment of DJ Sanders, in-state defensive tackle, to Texas A&M, but they're not going to go away for him as well. Madden Faramo, on 300 linebacker from California. Chad Simmons with the story on Madden Faramo on the On3 network. Use the code FONG1 and you can read that story and many others for $1. But Texas is one of the finalists for Madden Faramo alongside Notre Dame. USC trying to make a late charge there. They're getting some momentum. But Texas has known that one's going to be a marathon there, and they're prepared to recruit him to the finish line. So Texas in the mix for several more blue chippers as they pursue a top 5 recruiting class. I was recently introduced to Roback, and I couldn't be more excited. When I say impressed by the quality and comfort, I mean it. I literally can't take this stuff off since trying it on. For starters, the Roback polos are my favorite polos. They not only have fun designs for every occasion and season, but they fit perfectly and easily transition throughout the day. Roback's everyday shorts are the perfect pairing as well. They are so comfortable and have an elastic waistband and great fabric that is made to stretch. Finally, the Roback hoodie is by far my favorite piece of clothing I own. It is so comfortable. I wear this to start my day, end my day, and everything in between. Easy to be active in it or just relax. The hoodie will fit whatever the day has in store. They have also released a ton of new products. Between their brand new Tailwind tees and bathing suits, Roback is ready for the warm weather. Roback has also been proudly leading the NIL charge, having signed partnerships with college stars Jalen Milroe, Cade Klubnik, among many others that are becoming the go-to brand for college athletes. Use the code STEVE on Roback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with the code STEVE.
Yeah, Javian Hilson's another one. The Florida State commit already flipped from Alabama once. He took a visit out to Texas. I know that they're still interested in him as well. All right, Texas fans, let us know how we feeling about this month. Can you believe it's almost over and Texas is going to have a couple 5 stars on the commit list? Let us know how you feel and where you think Texas is going to finish this cycle.